Welcome back, guys. Hope you have been fine and staying safe. Go get vaccinated if you have not already. Hey, this is Anmol.
Hi guys, this is Yasha.
In today's episode of Counting Thoughtz, we will dump our thoughts and Google knowledge about
Anmol creating suspense.
tattoos. Okay.
Is it too controversial for episode 2?
Depends on who you talk to. Okay, so let's begin by Googling about tattoos. Google Uncle says today that tattoos have been used since the 5th century. They have been used to mark spies, slaves, criminals, religious practitioners, and warriors of war. Some spiritual context says that they are the outward manifestation of where the sight meets the soul.
Oh my god, that is some deep history about tattoos.
You would know.
I mean, that is too much expectations, Anmol. How would I know?
Like, since you have tattoos and I don't have any, I obviously expect you to have more information.
In my defense, I did research that was relevant for my tattoos. All I can say, I mean, in this situation is that people have different thought processes while they get tattoos. I mean, so did I. So that's all I have to say.
True. So everyone has a different thought process. Why don't we begin by discussing the different categories of tattoos?
I mean, the people who get tattooed.
Yeah, if that's the correct word.
Mm, all right, like so we're mildly judging and categorizing people. All right, okay, cool. So I think the number one category should be. I mean, it's not because they are special or anything. I mean,
Mhm.
I think just because they have a lot of tattoos. Have you seen people with like arms full of tattoos, like? Adam
Yes.
Levine from Maroon 5, right?
Mhm.
So I think that is the category that can be named I cannot have just one. The I cannot have just one kind.
Do you remember that place chips had this? You bet you can't eat just one.
Yeah, yeah.
Same is the thought there that while getting tattoos, probably you cannot just like not have just one.
And well, to be fair, I mean, stopping at one tattoo is a rarity. I mean, I hardly know anybody who got one tattoo and stopped there. Like they get like two, three at least. So
Interesting.
in their defense, in their defense.
Perfect. Okay. So let's get to the second category. Probably I have one particular thing in my mind, which
Hmm.
is the immediate one. I
Hmm.
remember this because, well, teenage jitters.
Okay. Okay.
The sentimental pressure kind tattoos. You know.
I know, I know. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
So honestly, I think getting a tattoo is partially an act of sentiment with some amount of reason behind it. But these are people who take it up a couple of notches.
Hmm.
So they are the ones who fall in love, or so they think at that time,
Ah,
and
teenage puppy
yeah,
love.
and get a tattoo of their partner's name. Their partner probably breakups, or they're not together for some reason.
Eventually,
They
after
yeah,
the tattoo.
eventually
Okay.
after the tattoo there because
Hmm. Life.
and yeah, life. Yeah, so they are left with no choice but to get it erased or covered, and regret is the only thing that is permanent in their life.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Which brings me to I think a subcategory in your sentimental kind. I don't like these people, but then this kind who gets their partner's name tattooed and then they force their partner to get their name. How do I say? So say suppose you and I are dating and I
Mhm.
get your name tattooed and now I am after your life to get my name tattooed. Like
That
jabardasti under
okay.
compulsion. I got your name, now you get my name. I think that is that is the worst. I mean, even I find them even worse than the sentimental kind. No, actually, I find them worse than the people who judge people with tattoos.
Like, come on, we are living in the 21st century.
That is
Like,
not how it's supposed to be, right?
exactly, we should not be doing that. And it's just absurd when people talk in such a manner or judge you in such a manner. You know. Anyways, like these are the, come on, let's go ahead to with the next one.
Mm-hmm.
These are the ones who want a tattoo, but they don't know what. They
Hmm.
are treating getting a tattoo like going on a long drive. Most of these people have tattoos that the tattoo artists say, let's say, were in trend. Like,
You do you remember Priyanka Chopra got like has this daddy's little girl? Do you remember
yes,
like everybody anybody who had no idea what to get tattooed and was a girl was getting this tattooed. Like this was a fashion beach
it
made.
was, it was. I see it's like basically the show off kind. You get the tattoo because it's the current fad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, I think. No, I don't know.
What about your tattoos? Like, what's your, like, something? Give me something about your tattoos.
I think I'm the kind that has special meanings attached to their tattoos. Like we are the official overthinkers in the tattoo world. Does not matter if we have one tattoo or 20. There is an emotional attachment to the tattoo, and there is a meaning. I mean, that meaning could not be relevant to you. I mean, for example, if I get a tattoo and I have a meaning, that meaning could be irrelevant to you, but then it will have some meaning, some sort of meaning. So I am this kind.
You are this kind. You are.
And I know which kind you are. You are the aspirational tattooer. When these people who keep saying that they want a tattoo, but then they don't get one. Why do you do that?
I appreciate tattoos, and then I would want a tattoo, but I cannot just pin down exactly what I want right now. Like, till the time I can decide as to, okay, this is something I really want to get. Then, and I am inspired to get that tattoo. Then you would end up with a tattoo.
I think you're better than those people. So I have people around me who have designs in their mind, like who have full-fledged designs. They've decided the location of the tattoos. They have like a tattoo artist in mind, but then they're not getting a tattoo because of excuses, to say the least. Not that I'm promoting that they should get tattoos done, like disclaimer, no, but I am saying that
They have it figured out.
they have it figured out, like they're just procrastinating. Like they either keep saying that they wanting to get fit, the time is not right, they want to do it at a special occasion. I don't know.
Agreed. And jokes apart, of course. So, where do you think that tattoo culture stands today? Is it fashion or meaningful?
I think it is a combination of both. Sometimes they can be the cause of judgment also.
Yeah, and people with tattoos are thought of as bad influence or rebellious, or probably having commitment issues, which is just absurd.
Am i am i thought of like that in your family? I should like.
No, not at all. I think they are very open to the freedom of choice in with regard to that.
Oh, glad,
Yeah.
glad. Thank God, thank God. Imagine me coming to your house and auntie be like, no, 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 you're a bad influence.
No,
You don't come home.
no, that's not the case, and thank God that's not the case with my family.
Thank
It would
God.
have been
Very difficult for you to live there.
exactly.
Yeah.
I cannot, like, that is not the area to judge someone upon. Like, corrected traits or someone's behavior, bad behavior, is something that is genuinely a bad influence. With tattoos, they're just
Their body, their
personal choice, and
right.
I feel it's
Someone's body, someone's opinion. Yeah.
exactly.
Personally, I think sometimes that tattoos are sexy. You know. So I mean, sometimes they're creative, and sometimes they are utter stupidity also. But
There is this channel on Snapchat. I really admire that channel, because so the name of the channel, I think, is Tattoo Fixers. The
Mhm.
concept is that
I think they're on YouTube also, if I'm not wrong. If we're talking
Yes.
about the same thing, because I'm not there
Yes.
on Snapchat, so I don't know about Snapchat, but I think they're on YouTube.
It could be because it's a video platform show, so they're basically discussing and fixing tattoos.
Mhm.
So the segment of the show is that they share past stories,
Hmm.
or probably few mistakes, young mistakes, or
Hmm.
any mistake of in their
Hmm.
lifetime,
Hmm.
and any inspiration. So, about their guests on the show, and then they either cover it up or change it and mold it to something of their liking.
But their
So
liking, as in the customer's liking.
yeah, like a customer, for example, there was this customer who got eat me tattoo. So
Ah, please tell me it's not where I'm imagining it is.
I'll show you the episode. Okay,
All right, okay.
so they wanted to. I'm not generalizing the gender, but they wanted to get it covered.
Mm-hmm.
So so basically, they recommended that okay, maybe they can cover it with, let's say, a horse or a lotus flower, or probably something that is meaningful to them at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So their stories are very, let's say,
Unique.
moving. They're unique and they're very moving because you can see it in their eyes. The when something that is badly impacted in your heart and you are
Mm-hmm.
getting affected, and that is fixed in with something of your liking in a very creative and beautiful manner, because it's a professional artist that are making their tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
It's so beautiful, and I tend to think that probably in these
You'll find
stories-
inspiration, right? Right.
probably in these stories I might be able to relate to something and find my personal inspiration. So yes, that is that. And like, can you like share one of your tattoo stories, because I like that concept, and we can no, probably not replicate, but probably I would want you to share your tattoo stories.
Which one? I have 8.
Let's do the first one and the latest one.
So the first one would be the star that I have on my foot,
Mhm.
and the latest would be the ring that I got. You want the story also?
Yes, I want the stories.
All right, okay. I can't believe you don't know the stories, but then okay. So the star I got when I was in college, first year, second semester, but I wanted to get a tattoo since I was in class 12. So I told my mom and dad both, that I want to get a tattoo, and like in class 12 they were like, you're too small, think about it, like think about it for 4 5 months, concentrate on your boards, parents. so so
Plus 2 pressure.
yeah. So then I went to college, and I still couldn't get this off my mind that I wanted to get a tattoo. So my father just told me one thing, that it should not be something reckless that you do because it's going to be permanent on your body. It should be something that you think about, do anything. So it's like, okay. So I thought that I should involve him in this decision, so I asked him what I should get done. So the first thing he said is like, I saw somewhere कोई मॉडल थी, तितली करवाई हुई थी, तू तितली बनवा ले.
I love butterflies.
I I have nothing against butterflies, but then it was not something that resonated with me, to be specific. So I decided, like, I kept thinking, and I ended up with the concept of getting a star. So then came the second question as to where I wanted to get a star. Did I wanted to get multiple stars? Did I wanted to get like a whole line
Line of
or a
stars.
constellation? What did I want to get done? So my father, being a typical Virgo, had like, I think he had like a spreadsheet, like, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3. So then step 2 was figuring out the place, and I understood where he was coming from, because this was my first tattoo and he did not want it to be another teenage mistake. So we thought about it. Then he told me about like the 5 elements coming together. So I came up with getting the North Star. I wanted to get the North Star done,
Nice.
because it gives you direction, and I thought I'll get it done on my foot. Once I told him this, he said, I wanted you to get the 5, the star with 5 points, because it represents the 5 elements with which the body is made. So I was like, okay. So basically I have a 5 star, which is, a North Star is supposed to be 4 point. It's supposed to be,
4 pointed.
yeah, it's supposed to be having 4 points, but then now I have a 5 pointed star, if that's a correct sentence.
No,
Or
I get the gist of it.
but then it is like, for me it is a north star, and it gives me direction. It's on my foot. And so the next question was, my father was like, will you get it on the left foot or the right foot? Like, okay, so he told me that since your dominant side is your right side, get it on the right side. If you want it to hold actual meaning, so the first step is going to be like, you take the first step with your right foot. So
Right foot.
do that. So a
You are
lot.
a right-handed person,
Yes,
right?
I am a right-handed, so that is my dominant side. So that is how we decided to get a star, get a tiny 1 inch by 1 inch star on my foot. And it took about 8 months for us. There was a time where he asked me to draw it with a sketch pen or a marker on my foot and live with it like 15 days, so that I don't regret it, so that I keep seeing it, and if I have regrets, I still have the chance to go back. So that was that.
Nice. It
Bu-
was very thoughtful.
I
It
think
felt
I
thought.
think yes. I would have also thought about it, but then I think I had to think more about it, considering the kind of parents I have. I think the upbringing I've had. So I think I thought about it more. The last tattoo is the ring that I have on my ring finger. A lot of people, when they see it, they think of it as a romantic gesture, but then it is not a romantic gesture. If it is a romantic gesture, it is, the romance is directed towards me, because this ring is a representation of the fact that I am mine before I am anyone else's.
My
So
God, this is self romanticizing, but
in
I love the meaning. This is like, oh my
I am
God.
I am mine. My dreams, my flaws, my mistakes,
Hashtag goals.
everything is mine. So yes, and the society would want us to believe otherwise. Going on a different trajectory right now, but then the society would want you to believe otherwise. It's not like that. I am mine before I'm anyone else's. That I'm super critical and super analytical when it comes to a mere tattoo, but then that's how I
But
am.
I think that should be the case. Like, I can resonate, I can relate to you on a great deal
Mm-hmm.
of manner, because I think you have to have a meaning, because you might
that
get it.
that is what is, see, that is what your opinion is. That is not everybody's
Not
opinion.
everybody's, yes.
Like, so I'm not against people who want to get, so say suppose somebody comes to me and they say that they want to get a cat or a dog or a flower or a tree or birds or anything, like I don't, or a rainbow for that matter,
As long as it makes sense to them.
as long as it makes sense to them. But then I realize that people who make mistakes, like tattoo mistakes, I think at some point, even for few seconds, it did make some sense to them. So it is not that it was entire, like it's stupid now. Obviously it is stupid now, but then I think it made some sense even in that split second of error that their brain caused, but then it did make some sense to them. So yeah, since you have the aspiration of getting tattoos,
Yes.
if you could get one tattoo, like, what would it be?
I am yet to, pin down as to what I want. But if someone tells me that for whatever reason, since we have our topic for and our thought for the day is tattoos,
Hmm.
and if I have to, like, say, immediately get something,
Hmm.
I think I'm going to get it something that is very close to my heart,
Hmm.
and probably it would be something with the relevance and, let's say, as a dedicated to my mother, because that is something I know I will always love and cherish.
I love you, mom. I love you, dad. I have 8 tattoos. Not one is related to them. Not
Like,
one is
if
related to
this is
them.
given, I am in a situation, then immediately I know this is something I would love to have.
I do love them, in my defense, but I suddenly feel pressured.
This is situational.
Yeah,
That is why I told, if I'm in a situation. If I'm not in a situation, I'm still going to take
I
my
have
food.
one tattoo that is related to, like, I have 1.5 tattoo that is related to my brother, but then I have zero tattoo related to mom and dad, and I think it's the sentiment part of the
Yes.
tattoo. I think it's that also. So there is like a feeling wherein you get, yeah, wherein you are like sure, like it's not 99%. There is no 99% when you're getting a tattoo. Even I mean, even if it's like a bad thing, bad decision, so even if it's that, it's never 99, it is always 100. Like, yes, I want to get this tattoo, like
Like
from
you get the vibe that this is it.
this is it. Yeah, this
is
is
it.
it. This is
Yes.
it. Yes, this is it. Yeah, you get that.
So, are you like, let's say, planning on getting any more tattoos
I
sometime
am,
soon?
I am, I am. I just want this COVID shiz to get over. I mean, I am planning to get more.
And what is that if you're open to sharing?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, half of the world has seen this.
If you're open, yeah.
I think I'm still contemplating as to what I will, what word to choose. So it's a tie between constantly, consistently, continuously, and creating is for sure. So on one wrist, inside of my wrist is going to be either of the three words, and the other wrist it's going to be creating. So that is one tattoo I'm planning to
That
get.
is highly relatable to your personality, the
Yes,
kind of
because
person you are.
I want to die creating.
I
My
know.
last breath should be
Creating
investing.
something,
Yes,
yes.
invested in creating something. Yes. So yeah, that's that. If I ever get chill, like if I ever birth a child, I will probably get their birthday tattooed. So yeah, these are the two tattoos that I know.
No. You know for sure if
For
given
sure.
the situation you would want.
For sure. Like this I am getting done as soon as this. I mean, I am vaccinated, for people who are assuming that I'm not vaccinated. It's just that because needles and sanitization and stuff
all
like
of those
that,
things.
all
Too
of
much, too much hair.
it's a little bit of extra exposure, and it's not something that it's very urgent. I already know what I want, and I will get it done as soon as things normalize a teeny bit more. And yeah, I'll get it done. So
Looking forward to it. Like I am looking forward to it. I want to know
next
everything
time I
about the
should I
fonts and everything.
yeah. About fonts, did we're off topic, but then all right, about fonts, have you, so there was this, oh please Yasha, stop judging. Okay, I'm trying so hard not to judge. So I went to get a tattoo with my friend, so we were waiting. This girl was getting a tattoo on her back that said "Stay strong,"
Mhm.
but the font did not match with the message. Do you feel it? Do you understand? Like, it was a curvy, delicate sort of font which was trying to convey a very strong message, like stay strong.
Stay strong. Yeah.
So it's supposed
The message is good.
but the font was not. And the pain. I had that tattoo not, like, it was half done. The tattoo was already half done by the time we were there. Had it not started, I would have
Recommended.
poked my nose and told her, babe, no sweetie, no, get it.
What happens is sometimes I have seen this a lot. I am judging here. What happens is you get tattoos. Like there's this influencer that I follow. She's this hair influencer.
Mhm.
So she has this very beautiful tiny rose
Mhm.
between her thumb and her finger,
Mhm.
and because it is a very tiny tattoo, not that
It's delicate.
it's very delicate, intricate, and very precise. It looks lovely. But if that same tattoo would have been bigger in size or thicker in size, it would have lost its uniqueness, And there are some tattoos which look pretty, like I have seen people having these
Very bold.
lion tattoos and all.
Oh.
Those look amazing in big fonts and big
Size,
thickness and all of those
basically,
things. Yes.
they look good when they are bigger in size.
Yes.
Yeah, but then that is what I'm saying. So, like, the font, like, whether you choose to put shading or not, whether you
Shading is so important. I believe that 100%.
depends on what you get done. So, like, I'm talking about, I'm not that self-centered, but then to give you an example, so I have wings also on
Yeah.
my ankles. I went to more than 5 tattoo artists, and they told me that you will get old and it will get wrinkled. They are about 10 centimeter each, 10, half an inch.
Right.
Half an inch. Both the wings are half an inch. These wings, I decided to get this is the size that I wanted, this is the size that I imagined. And I was very adamant about getting, because by this time I knew, like, I already
You had
had
put your thought and all of those things into
my
it.
overthinking brain had imagined, and I had googled and pinterested the shiz out of everything. But by that time I knew, and they kept on telling me to get bigger wings. Somebody suggested me to get like a wing that is at least 3 inches. I i went to the top people, I am telling you, but none of them were willing to do what I wanted. Then a friend recommended me somebody. I went to that guy, and the guy was like, he says, what he told me? He said, you will age, your body will have wrinkles, and no matter, like, it does not matter if you get like a full sleeve covered, no matter what you do, your skin will sag, it will age.
Exactly.
It's just, and it's wrong of you to assume and expect that it will look as, fresh and as delicate as it is looking right now. So I realized, yes, so the tattoo, when it is freshly made, it looks so crisp and so shiny and so perfectly done, but then when it actually heals and blends with your skin is when you are left with, that is the actual
Actual
product.
product, yeah.
That is not what people realize when they get a tattoo. And I can talk about this extensively, but then there are a lot of people in my family that I have stopped from making horrible mistakes in their life because they want something. So there was this person who wanted to get something like a Taj Mahal or something drawn on his bicep, and like, why? Because his explanation was that ये अजूबा है और मैं भी अजूबा हूँ.
What? No offense, but oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah, 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 yeah,
that
yeah.
was the inspiration.
Yeah. That people do that, but
I
and
think I overthink a lot with respect to that.
same. So I think you have to overthink a little, but then you don't have to overthink even a little bit also. So with my friend, we got this, like, it was her first tattoo and my not my first tattoo. And as soon as I told her that I'm getting this done, she said that she also will get it done. And I was convincing her for 3 days straight that don't get it done, it's okay. If you're feeling pressure, don't get it done. And I was trying to talk her out of it. I was not able to, but then I felt as if she might regret it later on. But she still keeps saying that I was so sure about this. I mean, one of the surest I have, like, the surest feeling that I've ever had in my life was getting this done.
Probably she always wanted to get a tattoo, but it's about the vibe. She was not able to get the vibe, and probably that could be the reason. She was so sure, and eventually it's her call. And if she is so sure, then why not?
Yeah, why not? Anyways, let's just wrap it up. Okay, guys, write to us to tell us about your opinions on tattoos. I hope you found today's episode good. And I'd like to thank you for listening to us. Please be sure to check out our Twitter and Instagram for behind the scenes of this episode. Feel free to write to us at countingthoughtz@gmail.com.
If you have any thoughts about today's episode on or probably a topic that we should be doing and counting the thoughts for you, please let us know. Leave us a review, and thanks again. See you soon.
Bye.